Hey, buddy.
What up, dude?
Man, living the dream. How you been?
Just living it up, Ja Rule style. You know what I'm saying?
Ja Rule style. I like it
Oh
like
man,
that.
did you see
Ooh.
old Rudy?
Mm-hmm.
Your boy
Mm-hmm.
Rudy? Well, I don't know about your boy Rudy, but someone's boy Rudy.
I actually started reading a book that he wrote. I say that as if I read books, but I don't. It was way back, and it actually made me kind of think like highly of him in terms of like a very uh, reputable mayor for New York,
Man, New York.
very reputable lawyer, attorney. And I thought, wow. And not to mention, the way he handled 9/11 in terms of like bringing New York City together, and I kind of seen him in a different light. But over the last like 10 years, he's really given himself a different persona. Did you see when he was melting in the press conference? Did you ever see that?
Yeah.
Like, oh
uh,
my God, he's
took me a minute. I'm like melting. Are you smelting? Oh yes, yes. When the hair dye incident, that was
oh
not
my
good.
God, that was
Fuck.
like, damn, that was embarrassing.
Yeah.
But he powered through that like a champion. But what we're talking about though is the New York Times reporting that federal investigators have raided his home and office
Yep.
in regards to his lobbying of the Trump administration on behalf of Ukraine.
What a coincidence. Who was
Like,
throwing shit where?
what?
That's
What?
crazy. I didn't, honestly, to be honest with you, I did not expect that. I really didn't. And I do think that foreign influence is a real thing, but I didn't expect Julie to be fucking with
Right. Like
Ukraine. The
that's
people that he was
treason,
accusing.
right? Like that's treason, working on behalf of another foreign entity and using it against or using it to influence the domestic administration.
You would
I'm
think that
sure
that's a
that's
thing.
treason of like
Yeah.
of like the highest order. Um, but wow, that's incredible. And not to mention, he was at the forefront of the push to have an investigation on behalf of the Joe Biden and Hunter Biden for their relationship with Ukraine.
Yeah,
So it's like,
funny. Who done
funny
what, done where?
how the tail wags the dog on that one. But yeah,
It is. It's a little interesting when you think about it.
there's
You know what I'm
so
saying?
much behind the scenes when it goes to like just that him in general, man. This guy, like, I always thought of it like this guy was active in New York as the lead attorney or the prosecutor of the state, district attorney. That's the word I'm looking for New York during like some of the biggest mafia takedowns, if you will. In the 80s,
Organized crime for sure out there,
yeah,
man.
yeah, yeah. Organized crime, I guess, is a better way to put it. But it's crazy to think that he's even still alive. That nobody's come and like offed him for some of the things that he's been tied to.
Hasn't been whacked yet.
Whacked, and it's amazing to think that somebody of that stature during that time, how much dirt is on his hands. Who did you have to dance with to get to the position you were in? You know what I mean?
Well, that's what's crazy too. Is you look at how things were with the last administration, and I'm not a fan of either. I'll be blunt. I know we'll get some shit in the comment section from all the cool people. But I think that the big reason why nothing happened, why it took so long, is because the last administration, majority of the people in place were, Trump era appointees. So once they switched it up, and you got people like Attorney General Lisa Monaco and fucking like Merrick Garland, Attorney General, the Justice Department, it's going to be different now, and the way they approach things is going to be totally different. They're going to be looking into things. Well, I hope it's not on a biased side where it's like, all right, now let's get these motherfuckers. Left's coming after right. Bloods and Crips, baby. No, I hope that it's because this is legit. I hope it's because authentically this motherfucker is dirty, which I wouldn't doubt it. He just comes off dirty, plain and simple. He looks dirty. Look at his hair.
He was melting.
It was melting.
The reality is man, I love politics, and I love getting to know and understand the intricacies and how things are tied together in politics. And like I'm in Canada, and my reach of government, I would argue, is not nearly as influential or all-reaching as the American government. And I mean that in terms of, like, it is so hard to believe anyone because everyone is in it for self-interest when it comes to a politician. You know, it's like, I wouldn't doubt that there's this kind of dirt on the hands of the same people on the other side of the spectrum. You know what I mean? The people that are bringing down Giuliani right now, I wouldn't doubt, have very similar, skeletons in their closet. It's hard. It's hard to say precisely what those skeletons
man. A lot of them are
are.
just as dirty. Most of them are in bed with each other.
Well, that's it. And you say it's like, I hope it's not, let's get this side. It's us versus them. But the reality is that's exactly how it is. It's who's in power at any particular time that can hold the other side accountable. That's really what it's turned into. That's what it's that's
gang, baby. That's all it is.
We just see the pendulum swinging each time that a new administration takes over. But it's definitely frightening to think that at this level of government, and I know Giuliani isn't necessarily government, he was Trump's personal lawyer, but at this level of influence, that's a good way to put it, still is rank of corruption, and I'm just like, the plot thickens, this is like, I'm sitting up here in Canada like, wow.
I know Canada has probably just been watching us down here going crazy.
Oh, we're burning too. Don't get me wrong, but
not.
It doesn't seem it's in the same effect.
They should have gotten any fucking people melting on TV. Like, holy shit, dude. And this Ukrainian stuff is like, why was he so tight with the attorneys in Ukraine? How was he so tight with the attorneys in Ukraine that they were going to have literally completely edited audio of Biden talking, which I wouldn't doubt he's over there fucking around too, to be honest. I really wouldn't. But
you'd be ignorant to think that he wasn't.
Exactly.
Because
you'd be ignorant to think with his kid and everything, like you would have to be dumb.
The Burisma holdings and the influence that Hunter Biden had, like it was an energy company, and if I remember correct, and he has zero experience with that, and it's like, why on earth is he on a board of something that he knows nothing about?
Yeah.
Like there must be another factor at play. Like I know if I was running a company or a business and I had to choose board members, someone who had absolutely zero talent when it came to the industry would not be a part of that.
No. Fuck no.
You have to have your ear to the ground in some regard. So it's like you would be ignorant to think that the Biden administration is any cleaner than I don't want to accuse anyone, but it's like, these are politicians, and these politicians,
we're just thinking,
constantly change opinions, and they change their thoughts, and they change the way they process information. And it's like, I'm only 34, and it's like I've changed gradually my opinions on things. As I've gotten older, I've become more conservative. I would argue. Now I'm
the
still.
older we get, I think that just happens. We get more cynical.
I think it's
and angry.
natural. Yeah, and the thing maybe it's not even that. It's because I become proud of the things that I work hard for. I'm proud of the customs and traditions that have already been established. There's some things that need to change, but there is a lot that doesn't, because we didn't get to where we are because we just kept flipping and flopping on our beliefs. So I do believe in customs, traditions, community, family, country, and just those beliefs become stronger now that I have a family, and I have a home, and I have a place that I'm proud of in a country that I'm proud of. You would think so, but then I listen to my friends over in California who are paying still an astronomical amount in taxes, more than I am. Like the folks in California pay way more in taxes than Canadians do, and we're a welfare state. I've got public health care. I've got public education. We've got a welfare system that is kind of like a social net to catch people that California doesn't have, and we don't have the taxes that California pays for. So it's like, a lot of skewed realities there. Can't remember how I tangented.
Yeah, California, I got to believe, I'm convinced that once there's a real probe into all that, and they really see that they spend crazy amount of money on government jobs for like contractors, I bet you these motherfuckers are just spending money for their own companies, and like they're like, hey, we need to use these taxes for cleaning this and this, and they spent $200,000 for a $20,000 job.
Right.
I just think that it's a lot of bullshit. Just my
Yeah.
opinion. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't know either. I'm up here watching, and it's
Just seems a little sus is all I'm saying, man. Seems a little sus when you're looking at the cost of things, and you've got, again, people like Giuliani, who's been a career politician in a sense, whether he's an attorney now, whatever. It's he's been involved with politics forever.
Well,
and you see
yeah,
that
he was the
consistently.
mayor.
Same with Biden, same with fucking the Clintons, same with all these people, and I get it. I get the concerns there, but it's like, what makes you think that the next person isn't going to be more dirty? How I look at it is the next level past corporate greed becomes, you got to get into the politics. That's the next line of influence. Once you get past CEO and board of directors level, it's time to
politics.
get into politics. That's the
Yep.
new level, because now you can literally influence the laws to change your business for hundreds of years.
Mm-hmm.
So it's tough to say who is
And
for you
honestly,
and who's not.
I don't think that's new. I don't think that's new. I think that's kind of how the system has developed itself. You know?
Oh, yeah.
Because it's, it started as where, the best presidents were generals. They were military-esque people. Those were the people that we voted to become president. Now, military experience has almost zero influence on your the outcome of you becoming a president. So yeah, a lot has changed. I feel as if we're on a journey to find what is right, but very surprised to see that Giuliani was being raided by the feds.
Yeah.
Without any tinfoil hats.
Don't
And guys,
get
let's
emotional.
let's get, like, this was a relatively new channel. Let's keep the comments civil. Okay, let's have great in-depth conversation, because we're gonna disagree naturally because we're human beings. But as men and women, we can have a conversation with each other that opens up the dialogue. So I am curious what you guys think about this, because the big news coming out today, April 28th.
Yeah. And what you're probably seeing April 29th.
Boom.
But yeah. Boom. But yeah, let us know if it's fuckery or not.
Hey, did you enjoy this episode? If so, hit the thumbs up. Don't forget, we got more videos just like this. Click them, leave some comments, and we'll see you next time.
And of course, go to watchcltv.com.